We are interviewing the legend that is Psydex. Hello, it's me, the Invertabarian, and the wee man. Say hello, wee man.
Hello.
Hey, and today we are joined by...
Hi guys, Psydex.
Hope you're doing well, Psydex.
I am, mate. How are you?
Good, I'm very well. Okay, we're just going to get right on in with the questions. And yep, here we go. Brilliant. Okay, so you've kind of already answered this on the YouTube group, but I wasn't doing that when I wrote the questions. You ungrateful sod. So about a year ago, your channel was a gaming channel.
It was.
And round about 7 months ago, you moved into the world of arachnids. Is that when you decided to start keeping arachnids, or were you already a arachnid keeper before the transition between gaming to
Well, I've always had the passion for inverts and arachnids and whatever, but growing up I was never allowed to keep them, and so gaming was my main passion. Everything was about gaming, purely because I couldn't pursue other passions. And then I decided to step away from gaming because I wasn't enjoying it as much anymore, because I felt obligated to play certain things as certain things came out, rather than just enjoying playing it. And so at the time, it just so happened that I'd managed to get my own place and whatever. And so I'd started collecting, and it just felt like a natural transition into what I actually really wanted to make videos about. So I wasn't keeping at the time, but it was a smooth transition from one to the other.
Oh, yeah, a wee bit of freeziness there. Now again, I know the answer to this. Thank you for ruining it. But how did you decide your name, Psydex?
Okay, so obviously with my gaming channel and doing a lot of gaming, my online played a lot of Call of Duty and that kind of thing, and basically I played in a team for Call of Duty quite a lot, called Psychodexterity, and so Psydex just came from a shortening of that name, and being a gaming channel it kind of worked. But then when I transitioned away from gaming, I couldn't think of a cool invert related name, so I just kind of said, we'll stick with Psydex. We'll roll with it until I think of something better, and it kind of stuck for a while.
Cool. As I say, I already knew the answer because you ruined it for me. I'll let you off. Okay. Elaborate. How many shots could a Psydex shot if a Psydex could shot shots and show a mathematical working and an equation and all that jazz?
I knew this was going to come back to me. I've got a very nice pink envelope to write this down on.
Also, it doesn't matter. Pink's fine. Whilst you're doing that, we will carry on with some questions, won't we? Okay, so... exactly what he said. That's your next question. You've got to answer that.
Well, take some thought, that will.
Okay. Whilst you're pondering on those two, have you got any channel goals? Anything you're kind of aiming towards for the end of this year or long term? Is there anything you're...
My only real main goal would be I'd like to hit 1,000 subs, and even if I was like to maybe get monetized at some point, it doesn't matter to me how much money I would earn from YouTube, just to be able to say, even if I was earning say £2 a year, just to be able to have achieved that, which is something obviously a lot of, if not every YouTuber aims for in the long run, would be the achievement. I would love to reach the 1,000 subscribers. And hopefully maybe monetization. The money itself wouldn't matter so much as the achievement. So I think 1,000 subscribers is my main goal. When that happens, doesn't matter to me. If it takes a long time, it takes a long time. If it takes, like, if I wake up tomorrow, which is unlikely, and it's happened, then amazing.
I hope you wake up tomorrow.
Well, I will wake up tomorrow.
Good. Let's just correct that there. Would you say you have a dream species or anything you would love to add to the collection? And the other part of that question is there anything you would completely and utterly avoid?
Typhochelina Celadonia is on the list. Absolutely. I'd love one. Just the budget for me isn't there. So I'm going to steal Dan's instead. Me and Scarlett have already got a plan to
He's
steal
got
his.
3 or possibly even more, so he doesn't need to be such a greedy so-and-so about it. So
we're going to steal them anyway, because we've asked nicely. But as for things that I won't keep, I don't think there's anything that I know 100% I wouldn't keep. There's just things that I have to be more cautious about now, obviously, with the little one. At one point, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to keep centipedes or scolopendra because the missus really, really, really doesn't like them. But I keep scolopendra now, so I think I'll keep my options open to everything, really. But I just have to be a bit sensible.
Open-minded. Sorry, the wee man's... Look, take the pen and go. The pen is blue! The pen is blue! I think it's actually a black pen. Off you go. Right, okay, carrying on with that. What, for you, has been your favourite part, and what would you say has been the worst part of the eating challenges you have done? Because I've looked back, I've watched the 100 nuggets, that looked just painful. And the mealworm pizza, I've eaten mealworms, I understand that. What would you say is the best and worst that you've done, and what would you consider trying?
Okay, so the chicken nuggets was pretty hard. I was disappointed in myself because I was aiming to wait all day and then just eat them, and I'm a greedy sod, so I couldn't wait, and so I ate, and then tried to eat 100 chicken nuggets, and it just didn't work. So that was pretty brutal. But the worst one was probably the Bean Boozled beans, where I on the last one for 25 subscribers, I think that was on the last. For number 25, whatever was left, I didn't do them off all together. So all the beans that I had left, all the different horrible flavours that I just shoved in my mouth together. And I was very nearly sick. That was the worst.
Is there anything you'd like to try eating? Anything that you've not tried that you would quite like to try?
People are always telling me to do really hot chilies and stuff like that. I've done some chilies. But to be honest, the eating challenge that Tarantula Dan did with Petco that went down really badly, I would have loved to have done that, just because it's something different. So I'm pretty open, to be honest. Yeah,
I think in regards to that, I think people forget that in other areas of the world, these are eaten quite readily. I think the upset of that was obviously the contents of the channel that we all produce. Yeah. It just targeted the wrong audience, but I think people do need to remember that just because in the Western world they're not considered food, all different life forms are placed on different pedestals elsewhere in the world. But anyway, speaking of eating, if you could only use one form of cutlery for the rest of your life, what would your piece of cutlery be?
Ooh, a spoon, just because it'd make life interesting. Just because, it could be a lot harder than maybe a fork or something else. Just a spoon would just make life difficult.
You could have had a spork.
I could have done.
No. You've given your answer. It's set in stone. That's it. You're stuck with a spoon.
I am forever stuck with a spoon.
Teaspoon, tablespoon, or forget it.
Big wooden spoon.
One of the great big ones that your mother had hanging on a wall growing up.
Yes.
She threatened to batter you with. Anyway, 3 favourite suppliers. Top 3 suppliers that you would recommend. Okay. Online or Facebook or any other medium.
Okay, so I would have to say, obviously the Spider Shop, absolutely fantastic. These new mystery boxes they've been producing recently have been absolutely incredible. And they're always huge at shows. Have always been great with me. Offered me some great opportunities as well. Secondly, Portsmouth Tarantulas. I think they're lovely people. They've got some really nice stock as well, and their mystery boxes have been again phenomenal. I think they're really well known for their mystery boxes. Their service is always great, and third, I would probably say So Many Legs because I hadn't shopped with them a lot previously. I'd seen them at shows, bought bits at shows, but I'd not actually used their website and shopped with them through various different reasons, maybe money or what they didn't have what I was looking for at the time. But recently I received something from them, which is going to be in an upcoming video, and just the way that was handled and the item when it arrived, how amazing it was. I couldn't fault them. They were absolutely brilliant, and I would highly recommend them. Yeah,
the reputation for So Many Legs is certainly expanding. There's a link to them at the bottom of all my videos. So if anybody wants to check out the link for So Many Legs, it will be down in the description part, along with a couple of other highly recommended suppliers. Best and worst part of YouTube.
Oh, best and worst part of YouTube. Best part is just, I love the content, just the creating content and being part of the community. The way you can share your ideas, and just the YouTube community, especially in this hobby, has been absolutely incredible. And I like how people just bounce off each other and are happy to help each other with all the different ideas. I just love the community and the creative outlet YouTube gives me. In terms of worst part, I'd probably say, as much as I try not to let it affect me, I know it can affect people, and that's the negativity that you can sometimes get, how a video is perceived, or just sometimes I've seen people just be absolutely just horrible in comments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the internet as a whole, though. But that's definitely for me the worst part, because you have the one extreme where the community is amazing, and then the other extreme where people are just getting abuse online. That's probably the worst part.
Yeah, very vulgar, very foul. And I think, to a degree, a lot of the female YouTubers, especially through likes of Instagram, whereby they're sent very inappropriate images, but that in itself is a whole other ball game that, no pun intended. But yeah, I think that's something that certainly needs to be addressed, and people need to think twice about before doing, even if, Anyway, your next question, and I'll pay attention. I hope you're still working on that one. If a donkey has a cataract in both eyes and is slightly diabetic with a urinary infection, then can a rabbit be used as a saddlebag? And if so, how many chunky Kit Kats can you carry?
Okay, so it's, the means of transport is already slightly compromised, and the saddlebag isn't actually originally designed to carry Kit Kats, so that poses another problem. So I think it ultimately comes down to the person who is riding this mode of transport and how inventive they are. I think if it was me, it'd probably be about 1,000. I'd be inventive. I'd figure it out. That saddlebag would work one way or another.
See, you've also got your own person, and I think with the mention of chunky Kit Kats, I think that should probably be your next eating challenge. Now that we've brought it up, you see how many chunky Kit Kats you could devour, which is probably when you Kit Kat, please sponsor us for if you're watching. Old Kit Kat.
Send us the Kit Kats and we'll do it.
I'm trying to read my own handwriting. The wee man's moving my stuff around. What type of invert, if you could morph through the powers of magic, not my magic, your own, if you could morph into any invert or animal, what would it be? And if possible, give a reason as to why.
Ooh, okay. Well, my magic's not as good as yours, being a wizard and that. So
I'd morphin power Psydex.
It'd probably go completely wrong. So I'd probably mean to be one thing, completely end up as like a rabbit or something. But what would I like to be? I think I would like to be.
Morph back again. It's not a permanent.
I would like to just be quite simply a monocentric Spalfori, just because I think they're incredible, and I would love to be one.
Cool, fair enough. Who would be your main inspirations for when you started YouTube? If anyone, you might not actually. You might just go, well, they're all a bunch of. And then I will not be inspired by anybody.
The person I'm going to say, he's a bit of and he'll probably kill me for saying it, but no, in all honesty, I watched Tarantula Dan a lot before I got into it. And since I've been in the hobby and into YouTube, he's done so much to support me and help me, and like been like a mentor as well as a really good friend to me. So he has been and still is a really, really inspirational person to me, both in YouTube and on the whole. So yeah, Tarantula Dan, I would have to say.
So do you want to give us any spoilers for his unboxing video then? Because you know something.
I know something, but I'm not gonna, because he knows where I live.
I will hunt you down with my special set of skills. I don't know why. Okay, if you could holiday anywhere in the world to study any type of invert, this is quite a big, long-winded question. Where and what? And is there any 2 YouTubers you would want to take with you?
Okay, so based on my favourite tarantula, it's going to have to be Coach Islands to monitor and study the Monocentrops barfori in their natural environment, because I think they're an absolutely stunning and unique species. Like, I don't feel like we understand them as much as maybe we think we do. I think there's still plenty to learn about them in their behaviours. As for who I'd take with me, I'd probably take Mark's Tarantulas and Tom Moran, because they've done some amazing work themselves already with keeping the M. balfouri, and they are big inspirations in terms of what I want to learn and discover with my own M. balfouri. So they would be the 2 I'd take with me, and I think it'd be a barrel of laughs as well.
Yeah, great choices. You can't even begin to question that. So, when you go in to start making one of your videos, do you go in with a preconceived idea? Like, you think, right, today I'm going to do a feed-in, or today I'm going to do this, or is quite a lot of yours opportunistic? You go in with the camera, film, feed loads, do loads, and hope that you catch something awesome?
A lot of the time mine has to be... okay, actually, I'd say it was probably a bit of both, purely because a lot of the time I have to try and plan it because of how busy I am with work and stuff. So I have to make the most of the time I do have for making my videos. So a lot of the time I do have to try and plan it. But as with some things that have happened recently with videos I've made, I've caught things, or I've received a package, or I've gone somewhere and I've got footage and I think, actually, that's a more complete video that I can get done and get out first. So I do try and plan, but sometimes, depending on like what content I actually have available and the time scale I've got, I do have to just kind of wing it sometimes. So it's a lot to do with time scale, really.
Yeah, I think people that I'm very erratic at times, but I think people that give themselves designated days, I'd imagine for myself, maybe not for them, I think I would struggle at times to come up with content for releasing on any set days unless you're just constantly filming. But obviously, as you build up to that, I suppose you'd find a way of doing it. Obviously, huge congratulations. I think it's fair to say you're not hiding the fact you're now a parent.
Thank you. It's amazing.
It's awesome, life-changing, amazing experience. Obviously, I try and incorporate the wee man into as many of my videos as I can, and certainly love sharing my passion with him. Is that something you think you'll do as your daughter grows older, or do you think you kind of hope that you can sort of instill the importance of life, if nothing else, even if the wee man doesn't decide to take on the hobby? I hope he understands the importance of nature. And is that something?
100%. Like, she's actually technically already got her own tarantula. I bought that before she was even born. Awesome. I bought her a Grammostola pulchra because it being such a beautiful species, and it grows slower than some others. It can grow with her, and then hopefully, if she does pick up the passion, I can gift it to her as her first proper tarantula. I hope that she gets my passion for it and she'll get involved with me. I would love nothing more than to have her help me feed and, rehouse and stuff. But if she doesn't, then she doesn't. All I hope for her is that she appreciates, like you say, the nature and life. And my main mission is just that she's not scared of them, because fear is learned and it's not there already. Kids, as you obviously will know, are fearless and they learn fear. And I just hope that she comes to understand them and respect them rather than fear them. That is my biggest ambition for her. She doesn't have to love them as much.
Yeah, that, with you saying that, was very much one of my main goals, was to teach the wee man not to be afraid of things. be wary around, you know, but to respect and learn and love, and that was my kind of goal with him. And obviously, he's mirrored a lot of my behaviours, and we see that in the videos. Favourite horror film? Classic question. Favourite horror film?
I had a feeling this would come up. So I would have to say, my missus is the huge horror fan. She absolutely loves horror films.
Go away, get her in the chair.
She loves all her paranormal stuff and that. I'm not really into the paranormal, but I'd have to say the whole Halloween series. I love the whole concept of Michael Myers, and all that. And I like them all, but if I have to pick one, I'm just going to go with the one I actually watched last night, which was the 2007 Rob Zombie Halloween.
All right, that was mentioned quite recently. I play a game, Dead by Daylight, and I hate Mike Myers. He's a great big pasty face, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, so if you were to discover a new species of anything, snake, spider, flump, womble, moomin, what would you hope to discover? And if you were to discover something new, be it a Mr. Spoon on Button Moon, what would you call it?
Okay, so I'd probably...
Unless it's going to be after your daughter, because if you might be like me and not want people... It's up to you, but I personally protect the wee man's name through...
I mean, in obviously the close circles... like the YouTube community, and I have mentioned it I think in a couple of videos. I will share it to a degree, but I don't really want to just share it overly and all that kind of thing. She could have quite easily been in a video of mine already, but I'm deliberately holding off just because of that bit of privacy. We're still, settling into it all at the moment. But in terms of what I would like to discover, I'd probably hope to discover a new species of centipede, just because I'd then insist on keeping it, and it would really, really upset my other half. She would absolutely hate me for it. And I'd probably call it, hopefully it'd be quite large, and I would probably call it something along the lines of Ebenezer Giganticus, just because that'd really annoy her even more. So yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Well, that's a cool answer, and yeah, I would say that'd be pretty awesome to discover a new species of centipede. Was that a tasty car? Well, Psydex, you will be happy to know we have gone through all your questions. They are done. The end is nigh. We are done. You can say goodbye. Look at me, I'm being poetical. And yeah, there's nothing much more for us to say other than a great, big, huge thank you. A huge, huge, huge thank you. I would say a huge thank you, but he's just disappeared down there, and I think he might have done a whiffy. So I'm going to go and bath him, getting ready for bed. Happy days. Hope you have a better night than me.
A huge thank you as well.
Right, come and say bye-bye.
Do you want my answer for the shots?
Oh, of course, yeah, shots. How many shots? Because a Psydex shot, if a Psydex could shots.
So the answer to the question is I did... I don't know if you'll see, but I did shot glasses times Psydex divided by chicken nuggets minus a T-Rex equals around 12 million.
Nice. That is a good answer. That is an affirmative answer. Very well explained, and I think we're happy with that. So anyway, we are going to say a goodbye. Thank you ever so much. Please do like and subscribe to Psydex's channel. You most certainly will not regret it at all. Thank you ever so much. It's a bye-bye from me. It's a bye-bye from the wee man. And it's a bye-bye from Psydex.
Bye, guys. Check out the Invertabarian. Great content. Amazing guy. See you later, guys.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was, of course, Psydex Invert Kingdom. Please do go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. You will not regret it. Thank you ever so much, Psydex, for taking part. And we will catch you next time. Please do like, share, and subscribe to both my channel and, of course, Psydex. So, all that's left for us to say is a bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now that you're a father, you've got to know there is something that's got to go. No more for Psydex. No more for Psydex. And that's sleep.